Hi guys, and welcome back to another Gabbal cryptocurrency video where we trade by data and not by hype. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, click the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out daily technical analysis like this. So welcome back to another Gabbal cryptocurrency video, and today we are going to have another Bitcoin on track watch party, as today we are going to give you an overall assessment of the whole crypto market, as well as we're going to do some analysis with different altcoins. And as usual, if you want to support the channel, just leave a donation at the YouTube super chat down below by clicking the $sign down below if you only want to support the channel. So yeah, let's talk about the Bitcoin price and let's dive into the very short term. We're also going to dive into the bigger time frames, and then pasada natin yung mga iba't ibang altcoins natin. So how are you guys? And hopefully you're all doing well, and Happy New Year to everyone. And yeah, let me know down below kung ano yung gusto nating ETA. But yeah, let's dive in first with the very short term kay Bitcoin price action. So, diba, if you could recall kagabi, actually kahapon, nagbigay ako ng signal na meron tayong actually na ito yung signal natin na meron tayong bullish divergence forming in the 4-hour time frame, and in that case, we are going to see a bullish trend reversal. And last night, it was around that 45K. And look at that. It actually played out exactly as predicted. So, congratulations if you've traded that. I personally traded that with Bing X. So, yeah, I personally traded this move. But right now, what is next for the Bitcoin price action? So, diba, right now, as you can see, we are still trying to have a resistance dito at the 48K, and we were actually rejected thrice dito. Pero the more now nire-retest natin yan, the more likely na pwede tayo makita ng breakout dyan sa area na yan. So right now, I think ang possible na mangyari dito, let's try to look at the early time frame. So yeah, in the early time frame, I think ang pwede kasi mangyari dyan is this could more likely be just more of a pullback. Let's try to draw some, itong mga ating moving averages. You can actually see that the moving average is still actually playing dito sa ating Bitcoin price action, and we still have a lot of bounces dito sa ating support and resistance area. And if you're going to zoom out din kasi, if you're going to look at this similar area kung saan tayo nagkakaroon ng bounces, let's try to open the 4-hour time frame naman ulit and then try to show you this chart. If you're going to look at this, you could see na meron tayong very strong support area. Oh, mahina to yung audio. Sige, lakasan natin yung audio. Ayan, hopefully yan, mas okay na yan, guys. So, hopefully naririnig nyo na ngayon. But yeah, let's now dive into sa Bitcoin price action, and let's try to draw this support area. As you can see, this support area na we are having around the 45K is actually a very strong one. It was actually the similar support area noong December. So right now, we are having a lot of bounces at that area. And you could actually say too, na meron din tayong resistance area forming massively at the 51K, which is the similar resistance area kung saan tayo nagkaroon ng resistance nung previous Bitcoin price action. So either way, we still have a lot of support and bounces dito pa din sa area na yan. And ang kagandahan yan is, the more na we are playing within this area, we could also say now this could actually be forming right now a double bottom, because if you could see, we are now having this first bottom, and then right now we are starting to form the second bottom. In that case, that could indicate na we might see a bullish trend reversal na nga. And as usual, yung lagi nating tinatanong dito palagi is, when are we going to see that? Kasi ang dami natin bullish signs. We saw that bullish signs dito sa previous month of December, and right now we are at the month of January, na right now we have not yet seen the bullish movement yet. So the real question na we should be asking ourselves is, when are we going to see that bullish trend reversal na lang talaga? So, yeah, right now, andun pa din tayo sa area na yan. And ito guys, may gusto ko ipakita sa inyo. Let's try to look at this in the daily time frame, and let's try to draw a Fibonacci retracement from the previous all-time high na market cycle to the lowest high. So if you're going to draw a Fibonacci from the previous high to the lowest low, you could actually see na meron tayo actually very strong support area at itong area na yun, at the 46.2K. So right now, we have a very strong support area at the 46.2K, and then we have a strong resistance at the 63K. So I think, what I personally think might happen is, I think we could get a lot of bounces pa din dito at the 46K, and then we could actually hit around the 62,000 anytime this month. Yun yung aking personal target ko for this month. I think it would be around the 63,000 US dollars. Pero I don't think na we are going to go below 45K. I think 45K is the lowest point na nga. Especially if we're going to look at this historical data chart. If we're going to look at this chart na nag-indicate kung saan yung lowest point palagi ng ating bull market, if we're going to look at this yellow line is going to indicate or it's going to tell us on where it is actually the lowest point of the bull market. And as you can see, we are still at the lowest point. We are still holding that line, and yeah, we are still at that area pa din. Ayan guys, hopefully mas malakas na yan. Hopefully naririnig nyo na ngayon, and yeah. So as you can see, we are still at that similar support line pa din, and we still have been pretty much consolidating within that area for a pretty much long time. And yeah, I personally been waiting for kung kailan natin makita yung bullish movement, kasi if you're going to look at that, it's actually pretty clear to us na we are seeing a lot of bounces pa din dito. You could actually say na we can form this support area na yan. Let's try to draw the support line, and then let's try to draw this resistance line. You can actually see na we still have this, ito nga, area kung saan tayo nagkakaroon ng rising wedge or ascending triangle. You could see either of the following. But one thing's for sure is we are still holding the 50-week moving average, indicating na we are still bullish talaga. So, di ko alam kung ilang beses ko sabihin sa inyo to. At ako, I personally been buying dito sa areas na yan. And if you have not been buying, then I don't know kung anin target nyo. Pero ako personally, ang goal dito is, of course, first things first is to play out this movement na yan. Itong bounce support and resistance, itong bounces na yan. Especially din sa moving average. Pero for me, it's clearly indicating na we still have a lot to grow pa din with the Bitcoin price action. And this is not actually the first time na nakita natin to. If you're going to look at the historical Bitcoin data, nakita na natin to actually mag-play out in the previous movement. So if you're going to look at this, ito nga, we have seen those instances na nagkakaroon na ganong movement for a very long time, wherein the Bitcoin price is actually consolidating for a very long time before seeing a massive pump to the upside. And we are at that similar area, ayan o. This is more of a reaccumulation phase. And let's try to find some of those areas dito sa ating Bitcoin price. You could also see na meron din tayong ganong area noong 2014 market cycle na nagkaroon ng very long consolidation then before seeing a massive run up to the upside. So I think right now we are at that similar area pa din kung saan nagkakaroon tayo ng reaccumulation, and it's just a matter of time on when we are going to see that movement. So yeah, right now for the Bitcoin price, I'm still bullish. It's just hindi lang natin sure kung kailan natin makikita yung movement mag-play out. And if we're going to look at the volume, you can see that no one is actually selling. So if you're going to ask me if you're in a bear market, I don't think so. I don't think that this is a bear market. I think that this is still at a consolidation talaga. So yeah, this is for the Bitcoin price. Let's also give you a quick update sa ating Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve. You can actually see that we are still at the halfway point, and the logarithmic growth curve is actually a good indicator in telling us if we are in the lowest point of the market cycle, the highest point, or the halfway point. Kasi if you're going to look at this historical data, this could tell us kung asa na ba tayo, if we are at the bottom of the market, if we are at the halfway point, or if we are at the market cycle top. And if you're going to look at the current Bitcoin data, kung nasaan na ba tayo ngayon, if you're going to try to zoom in dito sa ating latest price action, we are still at the halfway point. So for me, if we're going to look at the logarithmic growth curve, it's actually indicating na we are still at the halfway point. And look at this. The more na dinidelay natin yung bull market cycle, the more na tumataas yung ating market cycle top. Kasi if you're going to look at this, noong April, yung ating foreseeable market cycle top was around $104,000 lang. Pero ngayon, since na-delay ating bull market, you can actually see na lalong tumaas yung ating market cycle top. Yung foreseeable market cycle top, guys, take note. So as you can see, it's around 160K na nga. So one thing's for sure, time is on our side. The more na we delay the bull market, the more na tumataas yung ating market cycle top. So either way, if you're thinking na this is a bad thing ng tagal ng bull market natin, I don't think so. I think that is a good thing kasi the more na we are holding this line, the more na nagko-consolidate tayo, the more na tumataas yung ating potential, and the more na kuha tayo ng momentum. So yeah, if yung mga iba sa inyo mga nagsasabi na ang tagal nitong market, mag-exit na ako siguro, ayoko na pumasok. Well, remember, ganun din yung mga sinabi ng mga tao dito. So if you have been around the 2019 or 2020 market cycle, kung marami ng mga tao nagsabi na ayoko na, ang tagal ng consolidation ng Bitcoin, ang tagal ng consolidation ng crypto market, aalis na ako kasi wala akong nakikitang return. Marami nagsasabi ng ganun. Pero the moment nag-start yung bull market ni Bitcoin, which is itong run-up na yan, which is ilang percent yan, tingnan natin, we saw around 300 and 500% na run up to the upside. Ang dami nagisisi nun, sabi nila na, hala, hindi ako nakabili ng Bitcoin, sana pala nag-hold ako, sana nag-tiis ako. Well, remember, consolidations are a good thing, and remember, the winners of these markets are the ones who are going to stick dito sa ating very long consolidation and yung mga bearish movement. So, if I were you, patience lang talaga. So, yeah, if I were you, patient na talaga dito sa market. We saw a lot of people exiting the market na nga, diba? Pero look at this. No one is selling pa din. So, if you are selling, then I don't think na that's a good move. But yeah. And yeah, siguro yun yung maganda tingnan dito. And if you're going to look at this, itong ating mga data natin, we have a lot of data points indicating na we are at the lowest point of the market, and I don't think that we are going to go lower. If you're going to look at the crypto fear and greed index, we are also at the lowest point. Look at this, January 2022. The last time na naging gantong lowest point tayo sa ating crypto fear and greed index was around September and May. And if you're going to look at that similar data, that is also the similar data point kung saan tayo nakuha ng lowest fear and greed index. I know this was around the May area. This is September. And right now we are at January. So yeah, napakaaga pa din talaga for me. And siguro if matagal na kayo dito sa channel, alam nyo naman yung sentiment ko regarding the market, and nakita nyo naman na long consolidations talaga, yung mga nag-stick talaga sa long consolidations sila yung mga pinakamaraming kinikita. So right now, if I were you, patience lang talaga. And if we're going to look at more historical data, look at this. We are at that, tinan nyo to guys look at this. January 1, 2022, fear and greed index is at 21, and look at this. March 2020, March 17, March 18, March 26, fear and greed index is around 12 up until 20. And if you're going to look at that time, nasaan ba si Bitcoin price ng time na yon? If you're going to look at that time, March was around the lowest point when Bitcoin was at 5,000 US dollars. So, yeah, normal lang talaga matakot ngayon sa market. So, if I were you, I would stick to the data rather than sa mga FUD na nakita nyo, rather than sa mga fears na nakita nyo sa crypto market. Always stick with the data pa din. Ako, I personally stick with the data. I don't think yung mga FUD na nakikita ko over the internet would actually give a lot of movement. Pero ako, I personally stick to the data. Follow historical data pa din. And yeah, of course, yeah, dito pa din tayo sa ating historical data. So now, let's talk about the Bitcoin price action ngayon dito for the weekly. And last time, di ba nakita tayo ng bullish engulfing? And unfortunately, this is actually the first time na ating bullish engulfing is not having another green candle. So, could this be because of this resistance forming around the bull market support band, which is if you're going to hide other indicators, if you're going to look at this, we are actually holding a resistance with the 21-week EMA, but we are still holding a support at the 50-week MA. So right now, I think it's too early to tell pa din kung ano pwede mangyari dito. Pero ako, I still believe na we can still go up pa din dito. It's just a matter of time lang talaga kung kailan. Now, let's talk about other coins such as yung mga altcoins natin. And with that being said, let's dive into the Bitcoin dominance. So let's talk about the Bitcoin dominance. So looking at the Bitcoin dominance, as you can see, we are still at the support area. And right now, we still don't have a breakout dito sa ating Bitcoin dominance. And diba, lagi ko sinasabi sa inyo, the Bitcoin dominance is a good indicator in understanding if altcoin is going to perform better or if Bitcoin is going to perform better. And right now, we are still at that similar support area, and right now we still don't have a breakout. So, ang key idea kasi dito, guys, if pababa yung Bitcoin dominance, if let's say bumaba to, that would indicate altcoin is going to perform better. Pero if let's say pataas to, Bitcoin is going to perform better, and right now we are still at the support area, so wala pa din tayong breakout. So, yeah, right now we are going to wait this one out, but then if you're going to see a break to the downside or to the upside, but let's try to look at this in the very short term. You can see now we are starting to form somewhat of a symmetric triangle for the very short term. So, yeah, I think we are going to see a move with the Bitcoin dominance anytime soon, but yeah, it's either going to be bullish or bearish ating Bitcoin dominance, but ang kagandahan dapat dito is dapat mag-break to the downside in order for us to see a healthy Bitcoin dominance movement, and as well as a healthy altcoin market. So yeah, that is for the Bitcoin dominance. Now let's talk about altcoins. And guys, if you want to support the channel, you can actually leave a donation dito sa ating YouTube Super Chat by clicking the $ sign down below. So now let's talk about different altcoins. So now let's look at Ethereum first, of course, kasi Ethereum is one of the king of altcoins, diba, as usual. So for Ethereum, as you can see, we are still holding a support line at around the 3.7k, and we still have a resistance around the 4.1k. So I think we are still going to move sideways with this Ethereum price action, especially if you're going to follow this Ethereum movement. Kana yan, na we have been monitoring, we can expect ito pa din within the 3.6k up until the 4.1k pa din na consolidation. And let's try to draw dito sa ating Ethereum price action. You can actually see na meron tayong resistance forming at the 3.790. Pero I think we have a support then at the 3.6k for the very short term. Let's look at the technicals. Let's look at the RSI. RSI is now also increasing, indicating na this could be a bullish trend reversal signal. So, as you can see, ayun, pataas siya ating RSI. So, we might see a relief rally dito kay Ethereum price action to the upside. So, we can actually see around the $4,000 for the Ethereum price action. Pero, yeah, I think that's a possible play. Kasi look at this. RSI is increasing. And then we actually pretty much went oversold dito sa ating Ethereum price action. So, we might see a relief rally to the upside dito kay Ethereum price action. And I think that's a similar thing with the Bitcoin price action kanina, diba? Hindi ko actually nasabi kanina na meron tayong bullish divergence forming with the Bitcoin price action. Ayun, no, may increasing RSI while the price is declining. So, yeah, I honestly think we might see a relief rally dito kay Bitcoin price action. And it could be up until, siguro, 49k up until the 50k, 51k to be exact. Kasi of course, we are seeing those bullish indicators kay Bitcoin price. And yeah, the bullish indicators are more accurate if you're going to look at this in the 4-hour time frame, especially in the daily time frame. So yeah, right now, looking at this and also in the daily time frame, meron din tayo actually bullish divergence forming for the Bitcoin price in the daily. So yeah, right now we still have a lot of bullish indicators. It's actually a question of when are we going to see that trend reversal lang talaga. So yeah, that is for the Ethereum as well as Bitcoin. Let's now dive into BNB. Sige, let's look at BNB. So right now for BNB, look at this. We are still holding a strong support at the 509 up until the $530. So we still have a pretty much strong support kay BNB price action. Let's look at this in the 4-hour time frame. So for the BNB price action, as you can see, we are still holding pretty much very strong kay BNB, and we actually got rejected by the $570 as a resistance, pero we are still holding a support around the $506. So right now we are still holding a support dito kay BNB price action. So I think pretty much we're still looking good with the BNB price action. We have a resistance forming around the 543 if you're going to look at this, or if you're going to extend this line. Around the $540 would be a resistance dito for the BNB price action. So on top of that, if you're going to look at this BNB price action, you can also see na meron tayong declining price while the RSI is also increasing, indicating na we might see also a bullish trend reversal similar with the Bitcoin price action as well as kay Ethereum. So yeah, that is what we are going to expect with the BNB price action, especially na we are seeing that bullish indicators for the very short term dito sa Ethereum, dito kay BNB price action. Now, let's look at other coins naman. CRO, sige, let's look at CRO. Thanks, Jay, for the donation. Sir, magparaya ka na sa akin para kay Weiwei. Last pera ko na yan. Di ko sure kung nanonood si Weiwei ngayon, pero yeah. Well, but nonetheless, thanks for the donation. Thanks, Kushay 118 Miro, for the donation. Hello, I want to say thanks for sharing your analysis. I've been learning a lot because of it. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to say Kushay for the donation, and thanks for the donation. But yeah, now let's dive into CRO. So as you can see for CRO, we can actually see na meron din tayong increasing RSI. At the same time, the price is not declining, though yeah, this is not actually somewhat of a bullish indicator for me kasi typically what we wanted to see is somewhat of a declining price while the RSI is increasing. Dito, the price is not declining. So it's pretty much hard to say if this is a bullish indicator, pero yeah, this is not more of a confirmed trend reversal yet for dito kay dito kay CRO. Pero nonetheless, as you can see, If you're going to say na this is a bullish trend reversal, then yeah, that could also be possible. In that case, ang magiging target natin is by getting this resistance around the 60 cents area. Looking at this in the daily, siguro let's look at this in the daily. Let's try to use other CRO chart. I think that's FTX yung mas maayos. Yeah, let's look at this. And if we're going to look at this dito sa ating FTX chart natin, we are still actually holding pretty much a strong support dito kay CRO around the 50 cents. So right now, we still have a pretty much strong support area dito kay CRO. So I think ang resistance pa din, looking at this, is around, if you're going to follow this our similar resistance is still the 64 cents pa din pala, not 60 cents. So 64 cents. So you can actually swing trade this with CRO dito, and you can actually buy at the support and then sell at the resistance within the 64 cents. So you could actually swing trade that movement. But nonetheless, I think we're going to expect more consolidation dito kay CRO. I think this could be a good consolidation area dito kay CRO, and that could be a good reaccumulation phase. And guys, just a quick plug, if you want to stake your coins, the best place to stake your coins is actually in crypto.com, and as well as dito guys, if you're going to stake CRO, which is yung kanilang native token, you can actually get this beautiful metal Visa card. I know may beautiful metal Visa card sila, and if you're going to stake your coins, you can earn up to 14.5 interest per annum with crypto.com. And if you're going to use my sign-up code, you can actually get up to $50 bonus upon signing up. Just use my code, which is GABSCrypto, or you can find that in the description down below. And nakaganda na kanilang crypto.com Visa card is meron sila actually mga benefits from different merchants such as Netflix, meron din kay Airbnb, Amazon Prime, and yeah, ang daming benefits dito. May cashback din kayo na pwede makuha. And of course, you can actually directly spend your crypto with any merchants in the world. So all you have to do is just to claim this. All you have to do is take CRO and then kunin nyo tong Visa card. And then yes, makuha nyo to, matadeliver nyo to within, ako nakuha ko siya within 3 weeks. So yeah, mabilis naman siya for me. So that is for crypto.com as well as CRO. Now let's dive into other coins naman. Let's look at other coins. SLP, sige, papasadahan natin yung SLP maya-maya. Let's look at Solana. So if you're going to look at Solana, we actually still have a lot of support area within the 160 cents or around 169 cents. So we actually still have a support area within the 169 cents. So I think we can still swing trade this. You can actually buy at the support and then sell around the $195 resistance, kasi that could actually be a swing tradable opportunity. And you can also see na just like with BNB as well as Ethereum and Bitcoin, we also have that declining price while the RSI is also increasing, indicating na we might still see a bullish trend reversal pa din dito kay Solana. But the problem lang dito is we still have a resistance around the 176. So we have to break the $176 area in order for us to see a movement to the upside kay Solana. So right now, that is what we are going to monitor with Solana. Pero the moment na we are going to have a candle close and siguro bounce dyan, then I think we can see a movement up until the $188 or $187 to be exact kay Solana. So yung aking ina-expect dito kay Solana price action. Now let's dive into other coins. Cardano daw. Sige, let's dive into Cardano. And guys, if you want to support the channel, you can actually leave a donation dito sa ating YouTube Super Chat by clicking the $sign down below. Thanks to Jones Daily for the donation. And yeah, let's look at Cardano. So yeah, right now for Cardano, similar with what we are seeing with Ethereum and Bitcoin as well as any other coins, we have that bullish divergence forming. So ayun, declining price, RSI is increasing. So this is indicating that we are going to see a relief rally for the crypto market dito. Ayun, kasi meron tayong declining price while the RSI is increasing. So we might see a bullish trend reversal dito. So that is what we are going to monitor dito kay Cardano price action. And yeah, I think this is a very good swing tradable opportunity. The resistance na pwede natin i-watch out is around the $1.46 kasi look at that. We were actually getting a lot of resistance at the 1.46, and previously it acted also as a support. So right now, 1.47 or 1.46 is actually a good resistance area to watch out for. Okay, Cardano. Thanks Zedeking de Baratun for the donation. FTM sana, sir. Sige, let's look at FTM. So looking at FTM, we can see na we are still in an uptrend. Pero, yeah, let's look at this previous analysis natin kay FTM and let's try to continue this analysis. So sa previous analysis natin, we saw a support area which actually played out exactly. So, ayun, diba dito sa ating previous FTM analysis, may support area tayo at 1.17. Pero right now, we have a resistance area forming at the 2.34 US dollars. And yeah, right now, I think we are starting to break that area. However, we still have a bad news dito. Kasi looking at this FTM price action, the RSI is currently declining. So that is not a good thing. Typically, pag ang nangyayari kasi dito, if the price is increasing while the RSI is declining, that is a signal for a bearish trend reversal. So, that is not a good thing na dapat makita natin. Dapat ang mangyari dito is the RSI should be increasing. Kasi in that case, if this continues to decline, then we might see a bearish trend reversal signal dito for FTM. So, what must happen right now is FTM should somehow have an increasing RSI in order for this to continue to top trend. Pero if hindi, then yeah, this is a bad thing for FTM. So if I were you, if you're trading FTM for the very short term, this is a good time to take profit na nga. So yeah, that is a good take profit area na nga for FTM. And ano ba yung naging cost ng pump niya? So just like the previous analysis ng mga previous coins natin, we saw a bullish divergence dito kay FTM. So ayan o, yun yung naging cost ng pump ni FTM. So di ba nakita nyo dito, this is a good example kung saan nag-play out yung ating bullish divergence. So yeah, maganda yung swing trade yung mga iba't ibang coins with those bullish and bearish divergences. So right now, unlike other coins na nakita natin kanina, kay FTM meron tayong bearish divergence forming. Thanks Margaret for the donation. Happy New Year, boss. Happy New Year din sa inyo. Axie Infinity. Sige na. Let's now look into Axie Infinity naman. So following our previous Axie Infinity price action, we can see na our previous Axie Infinity price action played out exactly as predicted kasi look at this. We saw this movement na ayan o. If you're going to look at this, we saw a declining price while the RSI is increasing, indicating that we are going to see a bullish trend reversal, which we saw exactly play out. So congratulations if you have traded that. Pero right now, what is next for the Axie Infinity price action? So if you're going to look at the Axie Infinity price action, you can see na meron din tayong declining price while the RSI is increasing then. So similar with what we saw with Solana, Ethereum, and Bitcoin, you can see na meron din tayong bullish trend reversal indicators forming with the Axie Infinity price action. So in this case, we might now see a bullish trend reversal dito kay Axie Infinity. The question is, when are we going to see the trend reversal? But yeah, right now we are seeing a bullish trend reversals indicator dito kay the Axie Infinity price action. And with that being said, let's dive into SLP. So let's look into the SLP price action. So let's try to load our MA chart and then let's look at the SLP price action. So looking at the SLP price action, diba, ang previous analysis natin is we are seeing yun nga, bullish indicators pero in order for this bullish indicator to play out, we need Bitcoin to continue to the upside. However, ang nangyari kay Bitcoin is we saw this downtrend. So in that case, mahatak si SLP pababa, diba? So right now, we are still oversold, indicating that this is currently still the best time to buy SLP. And looking at the SLP price action, you can see na we are still oversold, indicating na it is still a good time to buy pa din kay SLP, indicating that it's still a good time to enter pa din kay SLP. It's just a matter of time on when we are going to see a bullish trend reversal kasi we are still on a downtrend, pero nonetheless, this downtrend will somewhat break to the upside. At some point, we are going to see a breakout dito, pero magiging target natin dito would be more likely around the 5 cents area dito kay SLP. So it's just a matter of time kung when are we going to see a breakout dito. And yes, ayun, meron tayong nag-form na support and resistance area, descending channel. So, yeah, right now, for SLP, we need to monitor on, yun nga, kung magkakaroon ba tayo ng breakout dito. And as you can see, we are still forming that bullish trend reversal signal pa din. Hindi nga lang natin nakita kung kailan siya mag-play out. Kasi in order for this to reverse to the upside, what must happen is Bitcoin must continue or must have an uptrend to the upside. So yeah, right now, that is for the SLP price action. Let's try to look at GALA naman, sige. Kasi diba kay GALA, meron din tayo analysis previously kay GALA. Yeah, let me just connect my keyboards lang saglit. If you're going to look at GALA USD, ito ba yung previous analysis natin? Hindi. I think that was the Binance chart. So if you're going to look at the GALA price action, and let's try to check out itong support and resistance area. Kasi look at this, guys. Ito yung gusto ko ipakita sa inyo. The reason why bumili ako ng GALA ngayon at nagdagdag ako ng GALA nag-invest ako ng GALA ngayon. Kasi if you're going to look at this, you can see na meron support and resistance area previously. And we all know a consolidation area, yung mga consolidating area na yan, that is actually a good thing kasi yung mga consolidation area na yan can help coins to get momentum to pump to the upside. Kasi look at this. Because of this very long consolidation, natulungan yung GALA umakyat to the upside. And right now, the GALA price action is at that similar area, pero medyo maaga pa nga lang ngayon kay GALA. Kasi look at this. We actually have another support and resistance area dito kay GALA. So this could indicate that we are actually forming a good consolidation area. But it's still early pa din dito kay GALA. So, yeah, I think this is still an early investment kay GALA if you're going to ask me. So, we might expect more consolidation dito kay GALA. And then it will be just a matter of time on when we are going to see a breakout similar to what we saw dito. So, ganun yung titignan natin dito kay GALA. So, we expect more consolidation but, yeah, we are going to see a massive move if we are going to break this consolidation area. But right now, it's still too early pa din for us to see a breakout. Now, let's look at other coins. Mana naman daw. Sige, let's look at Mana. Sabi doon nila may bullish pennant daw. So, looking at Mana, I don't think that this is a bullish pennant. I think this is more of a reaccumulation area. Kasi look at this, guys. We actually came off from this bearish divergence na nakita natin sa previous analysis natin. So, ayun no. Meron tayong increasing price while the RSI is declining, indicating na that is a bearish trend reversal, which we are now playing that one out exactly. And in this case, I think we are going to consolidate dito further with the Mana price action. So, in this case, similar with what we saw with GALA, I think we are going to consolidate dito further with the Mana price action. So, I think what will happen here is we are going to expect more consolidation dito kay Mana between the siguro $3 area up until the around the 3.9 US dollar area. So, I expect more consolidation dito kay Mana price action. Ayun sa area na yan. So, that is for Mana. And guys, if you want to support the channel, you can actually leave a donation dito sa ating YouTube Super Chat by clicking the $sign down below. VeChain daw. Sige, let's look at VeChain. So, looking at VeChain, let's try to draw this VeChain price action. You can also see na just like with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and other coins, you can see na meron tayong declining price while the RSI is increasing, indicating na we might see more of a bullish trend reversal dito kay VeChain. So, it's just a matter of time on when we are going to see a trend reversal pa din. So, right now, we still have a very strong resistance around the 9 cents area. So, ayun na, dito sa area na yan, if you're going to extend this line, we still have a resistance. And it's just a matter of time on when we are going to see this breakout. So, right now, I think, across the whole crypto market, hindi lang kay Bitcoin, hindi lang kay VeChain, I think we might expect a relief rally for the whole crypto market, especially with those bullish divergences na nakikita natin for the very short term, especially in the 4-hour time frame. XRP daw. Sige, let's look at XRP naman. So just like with Bitcoin and Ethereum, XRP also has that bullish divergence forming, so we might expect a bullish trend reversal then with the XRP price action. You can see na we have the declining price while the RSI is increasing, indicating that that is an indicator for a bullish trend reversal. And we might see we still have a resistance around the 84 cents, but I think our resistance na kailangan tingnan would be the 90 cents area. Ayun no. So right now, that is for the XRP price action. And looking at across all crypto market, we have a lot of bullish indicators forming within the whole crypto market. Matic daw. Sige, let's look at Matic naman. Kay Matic, meron tayo actually malaking warning forming kasi look at this. we actually have a rising wedge forming thematic, which is actually not a good thing. Traditionally, a rising wedge is a bearish pattern to the downside. Nonetheless, ang kagandaan nito is we can still continue this rising wedge na yan. If let's say we get bounce dito, then we might still continue this rising wedge. Pero right now, we have a warning. So right now, if I were you, I would be cautious right now with thematic price action. Now, some would say that this could be a head and shoulders forming. But yeah, medyo doubtful ako dun sa head and shoulders na yan kasi meron tayong shoulders, head, and then shoulders. In that case, we might see a bearish trend reversal with thematic price action. Pero ako personally, I think ang mas titingnan ko dito would be this rising wedge na nag-form dito kay thematic price action. So right now, that is what I'm going to monitor with thematic price action, especially with this increasing price. And then look at that, the RSI is also declining, so that is not a good thing. Okay, right now, that is what we are going to monitor with thematic price action. SLP and Axie Infinity, tapos na tayo dun, so you can actually just scroll back na lang dito sa ating video. And then yeah, siguro we will end the video in a bit kasi yeah, actually medyo pagod pa din, medyo napapagod na rin actually yung bosses ko. So yeah, we are going to end this in a bit. And guys, if you want to support the channel, you can actually leave a donation dito sa ating YouTube Super Chat. You can actually do that by clicking the $sign down below. And yan, siguro mag-open ako ng mga long position dito para i-trade itong bullish divergence na yan. And yeah, I will let you know kung ano yung mga coins na papasukan ko. Pero right now, I'm thinking of entering with Bitcoin, BNB. Let's look at BNB. Yeah, I'm thinking of entering BNB then. So I'm just waiting for that pullback. BNB, pati din kay Solana. So let's look at Solana din. So ito yung mga tinitingnan kong coins ngayon. Let's look at Solana. Kasi na meron tayong mga bullish indicators forming. So Solana. Sino pa ba? I think VeChain din yung tinignan natin kanina, diba? So VeChain din yung maganda tingnan. Yeah, VeChain siya. So in this case, baka mag-open ako ng long position and then mag-set lang ako na stop loss around dun sa area na kung saan tayo nagkaroon ng lowest point dito sa ating bullish divergences. So dito, pwede ako mag-open ng long, siguro baka mag-open ako ng long position dyan and then set ako ng stop loss around the 8 cents. Similar with Solana, baka mag-open ako ng long position dyan and then set ako ng stop loss around sa area kung saan tayo nagkaroon ng bullish divergence. Similar with BNB, ganun din yung gagawin ko and with Bitcoin price action. So yun muna update natin siguro for today, guys. If you find this video useful and informative, please give this video a like. And as usual, if you want to claim bonus sa iba't ibang platform natin, you can actually check the sign-up links na you can find the description down below. You can actually find lahat ng mga platform na pwede tayo mag-trade na mura yung fees. So as usual, sign-up links are in the description down below. And if you want to see more contents like this, please subscribe for more. I'll see you guys in the next video and bye-bye for now.